The first phase of the brand new guild raid system is going to go live on November 8th at 2 a.m. UTC, along with a brand new event, the Ascension to Asgard. The tasks for that event are on screen now. It's going to go live in about 9 hours from the publishing of this video. So if you haven't already, please consider holding off on doing your dailies until after this event goes live in order to get the most out of it. But let's talk about a couple of tips and tricks on how to best complete the guild raids, no matter what power level your guild is at.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, Heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in this video, we're going to talk about the new Facebook and web game activity that's going to go live in less than 24 hours, the guild raids. Now, in order to participate in guild raids, you need to be at least team level 65 or higher. So if you're not there yet and you want to participate and help your guild out, you need to get there as soon as possible. Now, we've already discussed a number of times the event that's going to go live along with guild raids, the Ascension to Asgard, like I have on the screen right now. But a member of my community, Guardian 206, gave me some fantastic tips and tricks for any guild that's looking to have the best strategy going into this guild raid until we can all get a better feel for how it's going to work, how strong the minions and the bosses are going to be. And I'd like to discuss some of those with you right now. Again, thank you, Guardian 206, for being such an amazing member of my community. Always available, answering a ton of questions all over my Discord. If you're interested in joining that Discord, check out the link in the description box down below. Now, the very first tip that Guardian 206 suggests is to pick a difficulty where your lowest strength players can easily defeat the minions. If you are trying to push for the most rewards and your guild has a variety of players, both free-to-play players, mid-range, pay-to-win players, sure, the pay-to-win players are going to easily defeat the minions at the highest difficulty, the boss at the highest difficulty, or at least do as good as they can. But your lower level members, your free-to-play members, they're probably going to struggle a little bit. So if you have players at team level 90, then maybe pick team level 85, see how that goes, and then try 95 and so on as the weeks progress. Tip number 2, having to do with phase 1 of the guild raid. Have your strongest players, those that have 20 or more levels above the team level difficulty of the event, have those strongest players do their minion battles as early as possible in the day and in the week. The guild morale that they can gain by defeating the minions earlier on in the day will help the weaker members of your guild defeat those minions if they couldn't in the first place. Additionally, grabbing some of those team buffs earlier on will be incredibly beneficial as the week progresses. You may also consider telling your weaker players, those free-to-play players, those lower level players, tell them to not do any of the minion fights until later on in the week, for example, Wednesday or Thursday, because remember, you can attack the minions at any point throughout the week, but more minions will be released every single day up to and including Thursday. So if you have a weaker guild member in your guild, maybe tell them to hold off on doing their attacks on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Save them all for Thursday so that the guild morale is as high as it possibly can be, to give that player more time to level up their teams and to give them the best opportunity to complete those minion fights. Tip number 3 and 4 have to do with phase 2 of the guild raid. That is where you're fighting Osh the baby god, trying to finish off the week, if you will. Now, phase 2 and 3 begins on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You want to have your weaker players, those lower level or free-to-play players, have those players attack the boss first. Remember, every time the boss is defeated, a new boss will spawn at a higher power level and thus a higher difficulty level. If you are big, high-end whales, jump in and defeat the boss immediately, that's going to make it more difficult for all of the other players that haven't fought that boss yet. Have your weaker, lower level players attack first to get all of their possible attacks in at the weakest possible boss that you're going to put up to your guild. Because remember, you can change the difficulty level every single week. Tip number 4 kind of goes hand in hand with tip number 3. Because your strongest players are waiting until the end of the weekend in order to put their attacks in, they can take the most advantage of pushing the boss to as high power level as possible in order to get the most guild rewards possible. The higher that boss level that gets defeated, the more rewards you get as a guild, and then the following week you'll be in an even better position. If you're interested in checking out the gameplay loop, the overall gameplay loop for the City of Asgard and the guild raid system, check out the video that's on the left on screen now. And if you're curious how I feel about the Ascended Heroes, the first 7 Ascended Heroes that get their skills, check out the video on the right now. I've gotten feedback that they're both incredibly useful videos, and if you haven't seen them yet, then I recommend you go give them a look. I want to thank Guardian 206 again for sharing with me these tips and tricks. Fantastic member of the community. Thank you so much. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.